Hey, hey, what up, what up, what up? We're down here at Up and Atom wrapping up our summer topless tour with one of my all-time favorite speed machines. This is one of the first rides I ever bought. Saved up all my pennies for it too. A whip so badass. It's not for the weak, it's not for the arrogant or the untrained. A ride that demands that your driving skill level be maxed before you can even be considered to ride shotgun, let alone be handed the keys. An untamed beast that doesn't use aerodynamics to slip through the air, but instead bullies its way through. Allow me to reintroduce you to one of the most feared rides in all of LS, the Mamba, a 16-ton sledgehammer on four wheels. This is AMJ Custom Garage. I'm your driver, AMJ. Let's get to it. Alright, here we are down at the shop. Let's get the top off. Alright, I'm sure everyone knows, but let me just get through my spiel on this. The Declasse Mamba is based off of the Shelby Cobra, specifically the 1964 427 model. Abbott, like normal, is already done, but I'm doing a little twist this time because we are only doing 1T. There is no turbo going on this ride, and you'll find out why in just a minute. As far as the mods go, we're keeping this classy, we're keeping this simple. This is Genesis. Anyone who's followed the channel knows I do a lot of resto mods on the classics. I'm not doing that. We're keeping this plain and simple. This is Genesis. Without the Cobra, we don't get the Ford GT40. We don't get the Ford Mustang GT350 or the GT500, which honestly was the cooler ride. And probably, most importantly to all y'all in Los Santos, we don't get the Dodge Viper. So I'm gonna make this real quick. Exhaust, I don't even know, I'm not changing it, so, oh, big bore. Yeah, we're definitely going big bore. Hood, well, that's the hood we're keeping. I don't know why. Well, this is the 260 hood. The 260 hood was smooth. We didn't get the big intake until the 427, which is what we're going with. This should actually be the stock hood, and this should be the performance hood. But let's see what else they got. Secondary. Oh, we're not doing that. Secondary performance. Carbon fiber. Get at it. I mean, you know, I guess there are some companies that are building it with carbon fiber, but we're not doing that. Horn, lights, livery. We'll come back to that. Plate, we're going to do that last. Respray. Come back for that to the roof. And the roof's coming off. Oh, there's two customs. Oh, that's the race variant. Not the Daytona, but the actual... And it doesn't have a windshield. That's what I was looking at. Oh, and they added a chin spoiler too. Well, we're keeping this classy. So, no roof. Suspension. I mean, the fit on that's already lowered. Does it mess with the tires? No, they stay the same. So, we'll just take it all the way down. Alright. Done is done. Tranny's already done. Turbo's not going on. Wheels. We're gonna... I mean, let's see here. What do they've got? I kind of dig the rims they've got. I'm gonna try and find... Oh, but to see, then you lose the rim size. Are they all like that? Ooh, that looked like it got even smaller. Those look kind of fly, but you lose the rim size. Alright, so we're sticking with stock. Tires. Bulletproof. No tire smoke, no tire design. Windows, are they even up? They are not up, so nothing to worry about. Okay, back down to respray. Primary. What is actually secondary on here? I'm curious. Oh, it's just the vent. That's it? bright orange. Doesn't change the calipers, doesn't change the interior. Keeping it simple. Alright. Well, that black looks... Oh, that's actually chocolate brown. Alright. Well, we're doing that in chrome. Primary. Find some blues that we like. There's no point in messing with perfection. Ooh, that midnight blue looks nice. Put a bright blue pearlescent on there. That's probably closer to original. That's too bright. Oh. I thought that was ultra. What does ultra look like? Surf blue. Wow. Ooh, racing blue is nice. Ultra. Yep, alright, yeah. Let's go back to midnight. Pearlescent is on racing. Alright, ultra it is. And I mean, honestly, look at that shine. That's kind of dark, actually. Alright, let's see what they've got for livery. We might change the color. So there's white stripes. I mean, that's classic. Black stripes you won't be able to see. Oh, the blue stripes. I kind of like that. I think the pearlescent needs to change. Nope. No. Yeah, see? That's... I mean, that's alright. I couldn't fault someone for doing that. So let's go with white stripes. And let's go back to respray. Primary. Metallic. Why doesn't it just go back to where it was? Oh, it doesn't show up anymore. Okay. I mean, that's dark blue. That's traditional right there. So maybe we'll do dark blue and then put a darker pearlescent on. Midnight, I mean, you can't even see it. Alright. Last thing to do is the plate. And I had originally picked that, and it does look nice and white, but I think I've got something a bit more fitting, as in Widowmaker. Only question is what color plate. Oh, I do like it with the cursive. I think I'm gonna go with that. I think that fits. Does it get a front plate? No front plate. Alright. Done is done. Let's take this outside, we'll hit the review, and then we'll get to the grease lightning. We're back out here at Fort Z, bringing our summer topless tour to a close. And since we started our tour on the base back in May with the Coquette D1, I figured it fitting to end the tour here too. Even got my girl all dolled up in her vintage best. Let's kick this off with the two gripes I've got about this ride. Why in the world is the Mamba a Declasse? That makes zero sense. The Cobra is straight up Shelby America icon, built on a British chassis, powered by a Ford V8. In GTA logic, that's a Vapid all day, not Declasse, which is basically Rockstar Chevy. Declasse is Impalas, lowriders, just muscle cars. Not lightweight death traps with 427s screaming under the hood. If the 4GT Bullet is a Vapid and the Dominator Mustang is a Vapid, then the Mamba being anything else is just disrespect. We've got these weird buttress wings on the rear deck. I know the curves of this ride like I know the curves on Gabrielle Union, and the change to the rear makes this look weird to me. It's like a BBL gone wrong or something. The Cobra's whole charm is in its timeless curves. Long nose, fat hips, clean rear. These buttress fins straight up don't belong. I know Rockstar can't just straight up ape the design without being sued, but this looks like something someone tried to modernize and design that was perfect in the 60s. Alright, I gotta give credit where it's due. I just noticed that the gas filler cap is behind the driver, which is a W for me. The IRL Cobra has it on the opposite side, which makes sense since it was right-hand drive Brit built originally. But the gas filler should always be behind the driver or on the rear of the car. It's a small but real detail, and car people notice this type of stuff. Also, it's got two roll bars, where the real Cobra usually just rocked a single roll hoop behind the driver, especially the Track Focus 427 SC, which is what we've modeled after. But the Mamba gives the dual roll bars, so that's alright, you know. It's not a crime. Tons of modern replicas, think like Factory 5 or Superformance, roll dual bars for symmetry and safety, so I'll let that slide. You'll also notice the Widowmaker plate, which was the nickname for the original Cobra. So I added it here for my Mamba. The Widowmaker represented one of the most dangerous cars that was available at the time. So much horsepower and such a small, light wheelbase roadster. Killed a lot of people, meaning that there's very few originals left. And I thought that was perfect to throw on here. Alright, and with the gripes down, let's take a quick walk around and take this beauty in. We're running the big bore exhaust, of course, because honestly, why wouldn't we? The side exhaust looks sweet 9 out of 10 times, and on the Widowmaker, this is no exception. Hits 10 out of 10. It looks perfect on here. Looks loud, sounds louder. Just the way it should be. We also kept the stock rims. Also kept the stock rims. I know they're not period correct, but they're big 22s, and, you know, that's just a mean-looking deep dish. They don't scream 60s, but they absolutely scream speed, and that's the vibe we're chasing. Up front, we've still got the big bass mouth to feed air into that massive engine. It's aggressive without being overdone, and that's just awesome. Zero apologies on that. Alright, let's pop this killer open and keep this tour rolling. We're deep in the details now, and let's start in the back with the trunk. And this is a deep trunk. It's probably kind of hard to see, but this thing is deep. You've got an echo in this thing. It's deep enough to stuff a body in for sure if things go sideways. It's no judgment, just note it. Alright, moving to the doors. This is a lot of deja vu right here. Straight lifted from the Dominator, which is another reason why this should be a Vapid, no question. Same trim, same layout. Even the armrest and the latch setup are copy-paste jobs. There's another nail in the Declasse coffin there, if you ask me. The period correct window cranks feel perfect here versus the same door panel that's in the 2000-something Mustang-inspired Dominator. Last but not least, let's get under the jewelry box and check out that engine. Oh, that looks very flat and it's old. It's definitely dated. Wait, this is EFI. Now that I'm looking at it, this is EFI. There's no carburetor on the block. And if memory serves, the Dominator engine bay was rocking a traditional carb style intake with the big air filter hat. Wasn't there? I'm pretty sure. I'll throw up a Dominator engine block for comparison, unless it's EFI 2, and then we'll just skip over that and keep it pushing. But either way, that's GTA logic for you. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's got that modern reliability, but it's missing that old school vibe. Alright, let's slide into the cockpit for the final stop on this dive. Alright, as you can see, this cockpit is tiny. That's her dress. That's her dress clipping through the steering wheel. Well, that just shows you right there how tiny this cockpit is. I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the steering wheel. So, alright. I gotta see what it looks like with pants on in here. I'm not sure what happens. Let's start with the cluster like we normally do. We've got on the left, the far left, we've got a speedometer, and that reaches about 150, I think. I'll zoom this in like normal so that you can see it, but I think it's about 150. In the center, it looks like we've got maybe oil or water. That, again, is kind of hard to see. To the right of that I can tell, and that is the tack. And look at that baby bounce all the way on the tin. Love it. Oh, check out the mirror. You can actually see the Spitfires in there. Okay, next to that we've got I think this says volt, or maybe it says oil underneath it. I don't know. The rest of these gauges are kind of small. Center stack is the stereo. Looks like it's just an AM. That would be fitting for this time. Far right, we've got the strip of carbon above the glove box. Nice touch. And then we move to the door with the door panel. As mentioned before, we've got those window cranks and the door pulls, which is fitting in here. Period correct. I love that touch. And then we've got the seats and the roll bars. And that is the inside of the Widowmaker. Oh, and I forgot the lights. There is the headlight indicator and the high beam indicator, but no parking brake. It's Spartan, but it is built for what it is, and that is just to go fast. And with that down, let's get down to the Los Santos River and let's get to the Grease Lightning. Alright, here we are back down in the Los Santos River, and we are here for, well, always miss the mark. We are here for the Grease Lightning. This is what this ride is built for, straight line speed. So, the Grease Lightning is a drag run here in the canal. It's got some lefts, got some rights. There's two barrels way down at the far end. Once you hit the barrels, that's the end of the run. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, mark. Got to be a little easy off the start. You'll spin tires all day long. As you can see though, it is hauling ass and it does it in style. This is going to be a good run. I'm expecting this to be up in the higher end. This car is so light, so nimble, so fast. Acceleration, top speed, all of it. Brakes is where it's a little lacking, but we'll see how that turns out. We are already at the last overpass. We're almost already done with this. Set of barrels, cross the line. Alright, with that rundown, let's get to the pier and get to the slalom. Alright, here we are at the pier for the slalom. Let's kiss it up. There we go. What we're doing here is we're taking the Widowmaker here and we're going to run it all the way up in between the lights. Get to the far end, spin it. Come back through the lights down to this side. Power hard up on the right hand side. Back to the far end. Spin it one last time through the lights. Cross the line. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, mark. Nice takeoff. The Mamba will spin tires until the sun goes down. Nice control on that spin. It was a little wide, but I held it. Mamba is really good with the agility. Great little muscle car. Oh, look at that agility. Look at that body roll. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Last set of lights and across the line. With that down, let's get to Fort Z and let's get to the brake test. Alright, here we are back down at Fort Z for the brake test. Let's line the Widowmaker up right here up against the wash barrier. Kiss it just a little. There we go, perfect. Alright, what we're doing here is we're taking the Widowmaker, we're going to run it from this set of blue lights all the way down to the far end of the airfield where there is another set of blue lights. Once we get there, hit the brakes, hold on tight, come to a stop as short as we can. Gotta say the Widowmaker is not very much on brakes. It is quick with acceleration, it is quick with top speed, and it is quick with handling. What it is not though, is quick with the brakes. I'm expecting this somewhere to be a middle of the road type thing. Let's run it. 3, 2, 1, mark. Lot of wheel spin. That right there is why I didn't put the turbo on. First 30's already down. Just hauling. Second 30. Listen to that crackle too from that engine. I can see the blue lights. Here they are, and stop. Oh, exactly. Almost halfway in the car. Middle of the road, like I said. That is just a beautiful thing. Alright, let's get down to Rogers, salvage and scrap. And let's get to the cannonball run. Alright, here we are back down at Rogers, salvage and scrap. We are here for everyone's favorite event, the cannonball run. And we are taking the Widowmaker from the south end of the city here, straight up through the middle of downtown, right up past the ramps into the hill climb with some twisties, some turns over the top, down to the bottom on the follow through, past the refinery, into Stab City. Into Sprunk, but that's not right, into Stab City. So here we go, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, mark. Gotta have that easy ginger start, because the Widowmaker will step out on you at the slightest. That's why it's the most feared ride in all of LS. Hauling cheeks right now. Love this thing. Yeah, those bumps in there. This ride will float, hit a bump, bounce, and it'll be all over the place. Coming up to our first right. Had to manhandle that a little. Through the tunnel. Alright, first left. Here it is, coming up into the middle of downtown. Time to haul ass. To the spine of the city. Right up into D's ramps. This is the most dangerous part of town in here. That is ramp number 1. Oh, can we split them? Pretty much good enough. Alright. Ramp 3. There's usually a car hiding there. That's great. And number 4, crossing the intersection, all the way. Move, move, move. Alright. Geico corner. Go, 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 go. Not even worried about that with this ride. Nothing but torque and horsepower. Alright, we're into the hill climb here. Into the twisties. Held the brake a little too long. The NPCs in here, they are just no joke, especially on a ride that's got very little traction or loses it easily. Alright, out of the danger, top of the hill. You can relax a little, unclench the cheeks. Coming down on the backside. Gonna enter into the chicanes. I know we can get a slide out of the Widowmaker here. Ooh, put that up on 2s. Into Blind Man's corner. Little wide there. I'm gonna shut up for a second so we can really hear this motor run. That was marvelous. Gonna have to slow down a lot. I was really on at that. Hot damn, the Widowmaker doesn't corner, this thing lunges. It doesn't speed into a straightaway, it assaults it. The Widowmaker doesn't swerve through traffic, this thing hunts. The side pipes will deafen your ears, the steering will build muscle in your forearm like only masturbating can. You don't tame the Widowmaker, you coerce it into going wherever you want. And this thing is the most visceral ride you will ever drive. This was easy. Scary as hell, but this was easy. Doesn't even make sense, but it's alright. Into Stab City and across the line. With that down, let's get back to town and get the final thoughts. The Widowmaker is a driver's ride. It doesn't come with any form of nannies. It doesn't come with traction control, canards, or even a spoiler. But what it does have is a ludicrous amount of torque and an insane amount of horsepower sent only to those meaty rear tires. All this is stuffed into a featherweight, muscular, primarily open-air roadster that's no wider than 2 motorcycles side by side. This isn't a car, it's a statement. Nah, a warning, a middle finger to the laws of physics, and a challenge to anyone with enough nerve to press the go fast pedal. A raw as hell, fat, big block V8 with the power of a small black hole is stepped into a body that looks like it's flexing, even at idle. And that's what makes this a dream machine. The Widowmaker won't beg you for respect. It'll take it, and you'll be glad to hand it. This legend is the proper send-off for our top-off summer ride tour, and it deserves to be a 4-star wanted level whip. Damn, I love that startup. Now that's it, that's how you close out a summer topless tour. Not with a whimper, but with a thunderclap straight from horsepower heaven. And if you stuck around this far in the review, you know what's up. Massive thanks for watching. And if you're feeling it, if you can do some of those YouTube things of like, subscribe, leave a comment below, just so we know you're riding with us. All that jazz is greatly appreciated and it helps with the channel. Next up, we're rolling out the sandy shores to dig up a beat of a barn find that's more rust than ride. But you know we're bringing it back to life. Till then, I'll catch you in the mean streets of Los Santos. Later.